apparently streaming. Still nothing coming up about the chat box. Hang on, let's have a look. No. Apparently I am live. I just cannot see the box there. Alright, well we have chat up. We've got the track map up. Hello. Welcome to Hot Hat Series round 3 today. From Le Mans Bugatti. Just about to get qualifying underway here. We've only got 3 cars for qualifying. This should up itself to 4 cars by the time we get to the race. Alex is unable to join us as of right now. So, without further ado, all the drivers are ready. Let's hop in. I need to spectate first. Well, I was close. Alright, here we go. Yes, Nito, I'm going to start. Thank you for reminding me that I need to start the race. No Falcon in the boot today, unfortunately. He's otherwise occupied with having some sleep, apparently. And that's Carmen Nito. He's been unable to get off the line there, for whatever reason. So, good luck to you. As we see here, the 2 main F3000 competitors for this season, Andrew and Adam, the 2 that have been kind of consistently showing up to most races so far. Ooh, Adam, squirrely on the brakes there. Obviously, these front-wheel drive cars, unsuited to such long sweeping turns like the Dunlop curve. But yeah, these 2 kind of the main protagonists in the battle for supremacy in F3000. Alex looks to be fast. That Mark III VR6 Golf does seem quite fast, but unfortunately he's been unable to show up for the first 2 rounds for whatever reason, which has given Adam and Andrew a bit of a head start on him, especially Adam, who's won 3 races, I believe, in F3000, sorry. Nito, on the other hand, is a F2000 competitor, but he's racing with us this weekend in F3000, like at Silverstone, because there is no F2000 people for this race. So he'll still get 1 point if he finishes either of the races. That will go towards his F2000 tally, but he's racing in F3000, so we have a little bit more competition, that's all. Yeah, something happened in there. He hadn't gotten off the line properly, but making up for lost time here in the qualifying session. I mean, it's all about 1 lap pace, so it doesn't really matter where you start your lap in comparison to the other guys out on track. And unorthodox line there, that'll compromise his exit. You really want to run out wide there at the first part and kind of square off the exit of the second part of that hairpin, but Nito ran a quite tight line throughout the course of it there. Coming up to the chicane then. Again, you know, this is a tricky track, especially with all of the tire barriers that are around here when you don't have any, where you have track limits disabled. And this is a tempting section to run over those curbs, you know, gain a bit of extra time by running over the white lines there, but you know, you can, especially in front-wheel drive cars like these, you know, you can sometimes lose valuable traction. You know, you're trying to turn through a hairpin at the same time as trying to get the power down, you know. So it can be a bit difficult sometimes to be able to run those curbs efficiently. So most drivers will be looking to stay within the white lines through that section, I assume. So come across the line up to the Dunlop curve. So let's take a lap on board with Nito, through the Dunlop curve there. Try and just keep the back end in check. Obviously, most of the weight over the front wheels. Lay on the brakes through the Dunlop chicane then. Try to straighten up on exit as we go over the hill there. The Dunlop bridge. Back down the hill. Car can get easily light through here, you know. As you'd expect. Long sweeper there at La Chapelle. As we make our way down another acceleration zone here. A lot of hard acceleration and hard braking zones, so could look to see a lot of side-by-side throughout these races. And we're in La Chapelle. Opens up on the exit, but then it kind of secondary kind of phase of the corner as it tightens up again. Down to Garage Vent, or probably Vent if you're speaking proper French, but you know, I'm Irish, so I gotta pass. Tricky double apex hairpin, as I already pointed out. Probably down to the longest straight on the track, you know, disregarding the Dunlop curve. down into the chicane. I'm not even going to attempt to say the name of that chicane. But, you know, you got to be good on the brakes there to maximise that corner, but you also got to get a nice exit. As with a lot of these corners, especially in front-wheel drive cars, such momentum-based machinery. All about maximising those traction zones. Through Garage Bleu. Into, not even going to attempt that, the half of the Ford chicane, let's call it that. The Ford hairpin. That's what we're going to dub it from now on. And that is a lap. Not a very good lap commentary-wise from me, but pace seems to be there from Nito. Especially considering the fact that it's his first kind of lap in anger around the track. You know, I can't really complain about that. Up in the lead though, and the two leaders are right nip and tuck with each other. So far it is Adam, who coming out on top. And you see them trying to maximise the runoff area there to get the best possible run out of the corner. Only a tenth in it at the moment. Oh, sorry, that's their positioning. Let's see what their ticker. If we go to lap times. Yeah, he's only about. Oh no, is that 53? Oh yeah, so he's about a second down. Fair enough. I think Andrew has said that he can run 52s though at his maximum, so let's see what he's able to do in the race. Obviously, we know how good that car is off the line. He'll probably be leading by the time we get down to the first corner, even from second place, but whether or not he'll be able to hold on to it, that's another thing. Yeah, two leaders come across the line there. Adam still holding on to his top spot there. Let's see about Nito then, what kind of lap time can he produce. It looks like Wrong might even be able to join us for one of the races, which would mean 5 cars. Again, Wrong in that supremely fast dodge there. Extraordinary down the straights, but no match for some of the other competitors through the corners. Hello, Wrong. You want an invite, buddy? You can get an invite. Please wait on standby whilst we get let's get Wrong in here, whilst we get Alex in here as well. Hopefully the two of them can show up. Alright, so race setup. Make it 8 laps. Advanced rules. Fuel and tires. Collision is always on. Start type best lap. Ascending, yes. Go off to none. Increase number of laps. Quick stops, none in this race. Scoring type time based. I believe that's wait. I believe we want time based. Compare best lap scores, no. Overrides, yeah, well, I mean, we're all in the same class, so we don't need to do the old splitteroo. Let's change sort. Oh, so apparently Nito was the only person to run a clean lap. By that logic. Alex is online. So that's good news. Right in the nick of time. I was unaware as to who would run clean laps or not there, so apparently it was Nito, the only clean lap ran. So fair play to him. Manages to sneak a cheeky pole position. Unfortunately, in this championship, there's no points for pole position, unlike the IndyCar. Just trying to get everyone in here. It looks like Wrong should be able to show up for this one. We're trying to get Alex into here as well. Looks like he'll be able to show too. It'll be a race between Wrong and Alex to get into the party, or not into the party, into the lobby to see who will be able to get that 4th position on the grid over over having to settle for last place on the grid. So even in joining parties, there is an element of competition, as bizarre as it is. Yeah, Nito must have been the only person to get a clean lap in. I'll ask the group chat. Is Nito the only one to get a clean? Because I just want to make sure that I have the grid order set right. Okay, yeah, apparently Nito was the only person to get in a clean lap. Confirmation from the man himself. We've got Alex in here. We've also got Wrong in here. Wrong's in a Koenigsegg, which is a bit of overkill. Wrong, come on now. So it looks like, yeah, we've got a 5-car grid in the end. From 3 in quali to 5 in the race. Bit of a jump. Yeah, that Koenigsegg. Nito. Come on. Well, Nito's on pole and didn't have the pace of the Formula 1 car, but he had the cleanness or consistency, something along those lines, to be able to get in a clean lap over Adam and Andrew, who were pushing each other quite hard there, as you could see when we were on board with them running wide at the exit of turn 6. Obviously ended up in them both dirtying their lap times apparently. Well, there might be an echo on that, so I'll turn that down. Yeah, it looks like got Alex there. First appearance in F3000 for Alex. A strong competitor. He obviously, well, I mean, he showed up for the preseason, but first race with points on the board that Alex has showed up for. So let's see how that Volkswagen goes about. So there's the Dodge Dart as well that was proved victorious in the feature race last weekend. I think Wrong is only going to be with us for the sprint race today though, so let's hope for an explosive 15 or so minutes of racing then. Obviously we've got Andrew in that very quick accelerating Fulvia, very light, only 212 brake horsepower, but you know, under 2,000 pounds in weight as well, you know, a lot less than other cars about here. Adam, obviously that Integra, so fast down the straights, but also manages to keep up in the corners. Great amount of aero on that car. It's 225 tyres. Sometimes let it down though, especially coming towards the end of the stints. You sometimes see Adam falls off towards the end of stints, but yeah, Integra doing the job for him at the moment, leading the championship. We got Nito in the other Honda on the grid. Well, I mean that's an Acura, but you know what I mean. In the Prelude, the car that we had to change the rules for because it could originally we had the rules that it was just any naturally aspirated engine. We had to change that to naturally aspirated and 6 cylinders or less when we discovered you could get a naturally aspirated Ariel Atom V8 in the Prelude, which would have been slightly overpowered. And you could actually get it to weigh enough as to the power to weight ratio was correct. So yeah, that would have been a rocket ship down the straight. I was doing a bit of pre-season testing at Mugello with Alex, and yeah, it wasn't pretty for Alex. But yeah, we're just waiting for Wrong to ready up. And we should be able to get a race underway here for the sprint race. Alright then, everyone's ready up. Let's get underway. Adam so far has won both of the sprint races, I believe, and indeed the sprint race in the exhibition race as well. So if you're a betting man, put your money on Adam, but you won't know until the checkered flag. 8 laps here at Le Mans Bugatti. Lights out and they're underway. Nito from the pole position. How good of a start does he get? Seems like he gets quite an even start there to his VTEC brother. But look at that acceleration from that light little Fulvia. Straight through the middle, gets his way up into the lead, and now it's side by side between Adam and Fulvia. Andrew as they come up into turn 1. Look at that, cold tyres, everyone's back end sliding about, lock up, as we've come to find so synonymous with that Fulvia. Nito tries to get it up the inside there, a little bit of hargy-bargy. But look at the acceleration there, that 39 Fulvia. Incredible. Now he's looking up the inside of Adam into turn 4 here. A little bump from Nito as Alex still stuck mired at the back of the pack behind Wrong. But yeah, looks like our pole sitter has dropped from 1st to 3rd there very quickly. But under attack now, Adam, under pressure from Andrew in the Fulvia. Let's see, can he set up a nice move down here through Garage Vent? I'm going to say Vent just to be on the safe side. Let's see, can he get a nice exit here as we see Wrong up the inside. Oh, Al overshoots massively. Shouldn't be a problem because he can still square that corner off nicely. Might even get a better exit to some of the cars in front of him. But looks like Adam's stretching his legs here at the moment as we see Wrong has made up a place on Nito there. Nice dive bomb down into the hairpin there. Coming along into the chicane here, turns 7 and 8 on this track, and all line of stern through there. Everyone quite evenly spread out at the moment. See Wrong trying to close in on Andrew in front. They don't want to fight too hard though. Andrew's kind of hoping that he can get away from these two behind. If the Honda and the Dodge Dart can fight enough, that will give Andrew enough room, and maybe he can begin to look forward rather than behind him. But at the moment, he's got these two raining down on him. Nito gets a nice exit there. Let's see, can he do anything on the Dodge Dart there? It doesn't look like it. That Dodge Dart's so strong in a straight line. Looks like he's going to be able to stretch away here. Nito losing 3 positions on the first lap, and Wrong, Andrew, and Adam all look 1 place off the start. Is getting a bit liberal with the track limits. Up the inside there goes Wrong, locks up the brakes, and just about able to keep it from getting into the back of Andrew there in the Fulvia. Looks like the main battle in this race is going to be for second as Wrong looks up the inside again. Gets his car to the inside there. On a shallower line though, can he get the exit that is required? Doesn't look like it. Looks like Andrew's going to be able to fight back on the outside with that lighter Fulvia. Drag race down into turn 6. Can the Fulvia outbrake the heavier Dodge Dart? Locks up the brakes. So does the Fulvia. Both of them run a bit wide. Can Nito capitalize on this? Look at how wide there the Fulvia is having to run. Just couldn't get the car turned in there because he was locking up the front brakes. You know, we see that a lot from the Fulvia. Looks like the Dodge Dart is being let off the hooks now and can try to close back in on Adam, our race leader. And looks like Andrew's going to be falling backwards in this race. Oh, it's Nito! Turns in too early to the corner. That's a huge wreck. Nito turned in too early and just whipped it round. Just ever so slightly clipped that tire barrier, and thankfully for Alex's sake, he wasn't any closer to the back of that Prelude. He was had enough space in front of him to be able to adjust his line accordingly to the spinning Honda. But yeah, that could have been bad. That could have been a big one if he was any further alongside of the Fulvia, Nito. He could have taken out the Fulvia with them, and if Alex wasn't as far behind the pair of them, he could have also been involved in that. So we could have 3 cars there involved in that one. Thankfully, though, none of them would have been too heavily hampered by that problem or by that collision. There would have been a bit of time loss, you know, getting the car back up to speed, but wouldn't have been any damage as we were set to fuel and tires here in the sprint race, you know, to allow for a bit more bump and running, you know, a shorter race, a bit more chaotic, you know, less time to make moves, so people are a little bit more impatient. So to counteract that, we have damage turned off, but fuel and tires are still things, so you're gonna have to conserve your tires a little bit. Can't just go all guns a-blazing, lighting up the tires out of each acceleration zone. Wrong here now, closing down on that Honda, well, Acura, as see, runs a bit wide there. Just trying to take those sweeping lines, trying to get as much acceleration and as much grip out of the car as he can. Currently these two the closest two cars on track, so let's keep it right with them. And see, again, the thing is, in this form of motorsport, you know, momentum is everything. As we see him move to the outside, switches to the inside, late on the brakes, a little bit of contact there, not much though. The Dodge Dart here really hounding the back of the Acura, trying to look for that one mistake, just that one little part of the track where he's got a good enough of an advantage to hold the Acura side by side and compromise his line enough. I think the two parts of the track where he stands the best chance is along here down the front stretch and that back straight between turns 6 and 7. I think those are the two parts of the track where the Dodge Dart has the biggest advantage. If he can force Adam to kind of go on a defensive line through the final corner or through the hairpin at turn 6, I think that'll be the Dart's best opportunity. But look at him all over the back of him there, running wide out of the exit of the Dunlop chicane. Down here to turn 4 now. Looks for it around the outside. That's brave. Can he hold it? Compromises Adam's exit. Just force camera angles are absolutely terrible. Out on the curbing. Looks like Adam's been able to hold it for now, but still side by side as they run into turn 5 here. Can Adam hold it on that outside line? Looks like it. No, he can't. And now wrong is clear now. But he goes defensive into turn 6 here. On the outside, Adam, can he hold it? Wrong's going to be really forced onto a tight line here. Adam could get the good run out. He gets the switch back, and he's got the exit. Wrong wasn't able to cover the apex well enough. He ran a little bit wide there, and Adam was just about able to duck underneath him there. That was brilliant racing between the pair of them. Down to the chicane now. And they hold positions. And look at that, a little bit squirrely from Adam. That gives Wrong an opportunity to go around the outside. Back on the brakes though, up the inside. And still side by side. Seems like they've been side by side for almost the entirety of the lap. Outside of some of the straights. The straights are the only places they haven't been side by side so far. But Adam fends off the attack of the Dodge Dart once more here. Oh, runs out a little bit wide there. Wrong does. And that'll lose him a bit of time here. Andrew's starting to catch back up again. Let's see what their lap times are saying. Time intervals. No, that's not the one. Some gaps. Lap times. Yeah, 54.3 to a 53.4. So lost about a second there to Andrew on that lap as Wrong runs wide again. That won't help things. Let's go to time intervals then. I like the time intervals. They're handy to look at. See Nito and Wrong actually, or Nito and Alex, sorry, quite close together. Let's see what the deal is with these two. Obviously Nito trying to do a bit of a recovery drive here after he had that unfortunate encounter with a barrier on lap 3, I believe. Lap 5 now, and he's been able to work his way back up to the rear end of that Volkswagen. Let's see, can the Venezuelan do anything about the Welshman? Once this battle rages on, the battle for the lead is tightening up once more, you know. Oh, runs a bit wide there, Alex does. Let's see, can that give the advantage to Nito on the exit here? Looks like he's got a nice exit there. Probably has a straight line speed in him as well, not Prelude. Yeah, he's right up behind him here. Looks to the inside. Alex covers it off. Nito locks up the brakes, gets into the back of him. I'm trying to keep an eye on the gaps between the leaders, whilst also trying to keep an eye on this battle. It's tricky when we've only got one person in the booth. Unfortunately, Falcon couldn't show up today. We hope to have him back for the next race. It's always good to have him. As they go side by side now, Nito puts the bumper to Alex. Alex holds the inside though. The preferred line there, I guess, when you're battling side by side. Oh, he gives the bumper to him again. Can he get the acceleration now off the corner? No, looks like Alex has the initial acceleration over the Prelude, but down the straight line. Let's see, can that more powerful Prelude do anything here into the Dunlop curve and then into the Dunlop chicane? Doesn't look like it too far back. Alex still goes defensive though. This will compromise him on the exit, as Nito tries to, again, just cutting it so fine there. Obviously, the finer you cut it, the more chance you have to make a mistake, like Nito has done. Up battle for the lead though, and once again they're side by side through this part of the track. Adam runs a little bit wide, Wrong tries to get down the inside there. Can he get a little bit better of an exit here? No, doesn't look like it. Looks like he'll just be able to hold on in that accurate, as he gets on the curb. Wrong gets on the curb, and obviously not much braking when your tyres are in the air. And he's lost a chunk of time to the leader again now, as Alex still trying to hold off the prelude of Nito. Runs a bit wide this time again, and this time he's going to have to give up the ghost. Had to give up the position there. Ran too wide and couldn't get back. Oh, and someone's had an incident up there. It looks like Andrew. Looks like Andrew may have gotten into the barrier there. He's lost time to the leader. He's 4 seconds back now. Looks like something's happened to him there. That's unfortunate. Battle rages on still between these two though. Alex goes to the outside. Can he hold the momentum around the outside on the prelude? No, but the prelude has to go defensive again. This compromises exit. It's all about just working up that working around your opponent, you know, set him up from a few corners back. You know, if he goes defensive into that one, it will compromise him through the next one, and then I can get him on the exit of that corner, you know, 2 or 3 corners later, you know. It's not about that initial corner sometimes, it's about planning ahead. You know, overtaking is like a game of chess almost, you know, you got to be 4 steps ahead of your opponent at all times. Unfortunately for Alex, he was only about 2 ahead there, and Nito was able to make up for lost time. Wrong after that mistake though, still trying to close in on Adam. Looks like we're side by side though between the 2 cars here at the back of the grid, fighting over the wooden spoon. Alex dives it in deep, runs wide though. Nito's able to get the switch back on him. And yeah, looks like Nito's able to hold on there, but can Alex get a little bit of a better exit there? He's got the slipstream. You know, quite aero-dependent cars. Oh, as he dives it up the inside there. Well, it is hot hatch racing, and they're treating them just like hot hatches. But fantastic exit there from Nito. He's able to hold on to it, and Alex late on the brakes around the outside. Wow, I really thought he was going to outbrake himself there, but no, he's able to hold on to it. Holds Nito to a shallower line there, able to compromise his exit, but no, still side by side down the straight here. Can he side draft the prelude? So give him something to think about down into this braking zone. You saw how much better he was through the previous braking zone. Can he repeat that form into here, side by side into the chicane? And no, Alex backs out. Maybe he's just focusing on a better exit. Yeah, it looked like it, but unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to quite get a good enough one there. Let's bring it back up to our leaders here. 1 lap to go. Let's see, can Wrong do anything? One last chance. One final attack here on the last lap of this race. It only takes 2 for a battle, and you're seeing evidence of that here. Unfortunately for Andrew, he's kind of stuck in the middle of 2 separate battles and can't really close in enough to the cars in front, but obviously the cars behind him aren't closing in on him as they go side by side underneath the Dunlop Bridge here down to turn 4. Wrong looking through the outside again. He almost pulled this off before. Doesn't quite look like he's far enough alongside this time. Gets run out wide again. Ooh, hello there. But he's able to get it up the inside into turn 5. Around the outside again though, Adam, and look at that front tyre. Begging for mercy as the power's laid on there by the Dodge Dart. Just about able to clear Adam, but Adam switches it to the outside again. Wrong's going to have to go late on the brakes. Adam can go later though. And he's going to hold him to this tight line on the outside. Adam, Wrong, side by side through Garage Vaunt. Down here to the chicane of turn 7 and 8. Adam's cleared him, but he's still got a whole half a lap here to defend. As Alex has gotten back ahead of Nito at some point, we'll switch back to that battle once these guys cross the line, but it's neck and neck here as well, as Nito's actually gotten him on the exit of Garage Vaunt. Side by side between those two. Looks like it's all done here, but you never know. Could be a last gasp dive up the inside from Wrong here. maybe forces Adam to go a little bit defensive. Oh no, he's made the move to the inside, cut across the gravel a little bit, but he's not able to get it done, and it'll be Adam taking the victory here, followed by Wrong, Andrew. But the battle for fourth rages on between these two. Again, Alex trying to set up the move here, trying to force Nito wide, but he's able to hold the apex there. Gets to his outside though. Nito's going to be on a compromised line here through this corner. Alex looks to the outside, looks to get a better run. Nito forced to the inside, side by side as they come through here, but no, Alex just gets run out wide there on the exit of that corner, and Nito just about able to hold on. Well, there you have it. Two last lap battles there. That was good to watch. And it's Adam comes out on top, followed by Wrong, Andrew, Nito, and then Alex. Started last, finished last, unfortunately for the Volkswagen. But he'll be starting on pole now for the feature race. So let's see if he can really flex his muscles now. Simulation, obviously, and we're going to do it on finishing position, ascending no. So it's the reverse grid race, obviously, reverse grid, and with a quick stop to boot as well. Double the race led though, so the race leaders should have enough time to be able to work their way back through the pack. Hopefully, that's the idea anyway. 16 laps here, so about half an hour or so of racing. You know, that's how we do it. 15-minute sprint race, 30 or so minute feature race. As we've lost Wrong, unfortunately. Wrong was only able to show up for the sprint race, so that limits our drivers down to just 4. But still, you know, there was 2 battles of 2 cars, which means, you know, there was 4 cars in the battles, you know, and that was able to entertain us for half an hour, or for 30 minutes, half an hour. They're the same, Chris. Entertain us for 15 minutes. So yeah, let's see if they can do the same here for the feature race. Adam, though, obviously starting last, not the greatest accelerating vehicle. He was able to jump Nito, who's on the pole last race, but wasn't able to have any match for that Fulvia last time out. So I'd look to see Adam maybe around 3rd or so by the end of the first lap. Maybe the Fulvia up to 2nd, maybe challenging with Alex. But what the Fulvia is going to have to do here is going to have a stormer of the first lap and hope that he can pull away early. Whilst Adam's stuck battling the likes of Nito and Alex. That's the only real hope that the Fulvia has, because it looks like at the moment that Adam has the pure pace over the little Lancia. Wrong thought he'd killed someone in that race, but thankfully not. Nito killed himself, but that was none of Wrong's doing. So yeah, let's when it gets readied up, we can get the race underway here. 16 laps again here of Le Mans Bugatti, our 3rd outing in the championship. First 2 races were in the United Kingdom at Brands Hatch and Silverstone, alongside the exhibition race, which is also at Brands Hatch. But this is our first international race of the season. Still in Europe though. I believe we go to Mugello, Hockenheim, I believe. Nürburgring probably as well. But we keep it around Europe for a while. Unaware of whether or not we go to Japan or not. We may go to Suzuka, the short version. Again, I'm not really too sure on that part of the schedule, but I know that we then go to the likes of the Road Atlanta, I believe Road America as well, the kind of club variations of those tracks, and we finish off the season at Long Beach Short. I'll try to find in my notes here. I have 100,000 different notes for all the different series that we have run and are running, so it might take me a little while here. Forza Motorsport, Hot Heart Series. Let's have a look. Schedule, here we go. Yeah, so next up, actually, we go to Barcelona, then we go to Mugello, Hockenheim Short then. I mightn't actually make the commentary race on the 13th of September for Mugello, so apologies if that is the case. It is my mum's birthday, so I don't expect to make that race. Then we're off to Lime Rock, Homestead, Maple Valley, Road Atlanta, and then finishing up on the 6th of December at Long Beach. So still a lot of the season left. Still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 races left after this one. So you know it's still all to play for. But in the early part of the season, looks like Adam is stretching away here. Again, that was another 5 points that he got, and obviously Wrong, who came second. Not a full season competitor, even though he showed up for the first 3 races. I know. The irony. Oh! Well. How do I tell them? Oh wait, can I spectate? Oh, I can spectate from this. Well, that was a bit of a scuffed start to this one. But, yeah. Lights out and run away, I guess. Run away, but we're already into the first chicane. I don't know why it didn't keep me spectated. It unspectated me, I guess. Well, you learn something new every day. But, the Fulvia out to an early lead here. Followed by, Alex. I was going to get a race restart there, because that was all a bit messy. But, looks like all the drivers are keen enough to keep going here. But yeah, that was a weird one. I just started the race, and then I was in the race, and I was like, oh. But yeah, I forgot that you could actually quit and still spectate. So here we are, Fulvia. Like I said, he's done exactly what I told him to do. He's gotten out to the lead early here, and he's letting Adam, who's still in last, battle it out. Nito and Alex side by side again here. Let's see how this one ends. Side by side there in chicane here on lap 1. We've got 15 more circuits to go after this one, so let's not throw it all away this early, especially with simulation damage on. Still side by side though into turn 9. First of these set of hairpins. The sequence of 3 here to end the lap, like the way there's the sequence of 3 earlier on in the lap after the Dunlop chicane. It's a deja vu. It's a carbon copy of what happened at the end of the sprint race. This time it's at the start of the feature race. Alex, though, able to hold it side by side this time. Got squeezed out last time, but he's learned his lesson. Nito, you see there, just a little bit better in a straight line. Comes across there, very close to the front bumper of the Volkswagen. Volkswagen's on the inside, Nito. You're gonna have to give him some room as the Welshman works his way to the outside there. You got another Welshman right behind him, though. The 2 buddies there. Live wire racing partners. But yeah, Alex goes from fighting for second, drops back to 4th, and that's the peril of trying to getting offline a little bit, trying something a little bit different. You can end up compromising yourself, and instead of moving forward, you end up going backwards. But let's see now if Nito can fend off the challenge of the Acura. Hello, Wrong. Sorry, I just saw you in chat. Where's Mike? Mike is asleep, I believe. That is what I've been told. Yeah, he came into the party and said that he hadn't gotten any sleep in a couple today so far. So I believe that's what he was catching up on. Oh, Adam, squirrely on the brakes there. Must have been stuck on the grass. Oh, he tries to brake. It's all gone horribly wrong here. Wow. Well, first of all, Adam caught out on the braking zone, got squeezed onto the grass there, got squirrely. It somehow ran wide, but was able to hold on to it, front wheel drive, saving it. Was able to get the front end back in a straight line. The Uncle Ben's Acura there, just about able to hold on to it. But I think he might have damage here, because look at him running wide there. This will give a run to Alex. But Nito, then, again, second race in a row that he's turned in too early for a corner and smacked the barrier, and Nito's actually had to come into the pits. Nito having to pit for damage after that incident. We'll have to see how the race progresses from here now. I wonder will he be able to finish the race on that set of tires? You know, he's still got 16 laps to do on that set of tires and that fuel. Who do you have winning this? At the moment, my money's on Andrew. He's out in the lead by a fair old way. But Adam, you know, he's got the pace, so he might be able to catch up. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. My money's on Andrew, but you know, any of these guys could win it. Maybe apart from Nito after that start. From Ricardo isn't set for this track. Yeah, well, I mean, Ricardo, you know, he expected to race his F2000. What's he in an F2000 again? He's in the CRX, yeah. The F2000 CRX was probably what he was spending his time tuning away at for this race, but yeah, he ended up being chucked into F3000 again. As David still unwell, we wish David the best. Hopefully he recovers soon. Yeah, we're all thinking about David this weekend, as we were at Silverstone. Hopefully he's back in flying form for Barcelona, and obviously Harry, first day back in school tomorrow. So good luck, Harry, as well. He was unable to make it either, so that left Nito as the only F2000 driver able to make it. So for the second race running, he decided to join F3000. Yeah, the Fulvia. It is the kind of track that you'd expect to suit the Fulvia. You know, a lot of heavy braking and a lot of heavy acceleration. Not as much high speed stuff. Yeah. You know, like you saw at Silverstone, it was always down like the straights that the Fulvia was really struggling with that lack of power. But at this track, not as long a straights as at Silverstone. So he's able to really stretch his legs and play to his strengths as Oh no! No, Andrew, no! Oh, what's happened? No. Oh, that is gutting. Race leader Andrew. Assuming that's a disconnection. Wow. Well, that's changed the complexity of this race entirely. Adam stretching a lead now over second place driver Alex, with no competition out in front of him, and you know, the car behind him, he's pulling away from the car behind, and the car behind that has already taken a pit stop. And what's happened here now? Nito gone? Nito's gone. If Andrew's in chat, please, if you're in chat, Andrew, let me know what happened there, because I mean, not much point in going around with just the two of these boys out in track. Damage isn't on. I thought I turned simulation damage on. Maybe it didn't. Well, I mean, it saved every other setting. Maybe that tire wall wasn't quite as hard as we thought it was. A little bit lenient on the prelude. Not that it matters though. He's out of the race. I'm not too sure what's happened. We have two viewers. One of them who is wrong. Whoever the other guy is, let me know, because yeah. Yeah, Andrew just disconnected. Oh, is Adam's gone? Adam's run wide. What's happened to Adam? I was looking at the message from Andrew there, and Adam's run wide. Yeah, that's a weird one. This is a crazy race. Not as crazy as the Nürburgring, but yeah, it's not far off it. As far as Forza races go, especially as Forza League races go, it's pretty wild. You know, public lobbies are a different breed, but this has been a pretty wacky one, all right. Alex holding on to the lead at the moment, being run down at the moment by Adam behind. Obviously, with fuel and tires on, the Acura will start to struggle towards the end of this stint on tire life. Those 225s rather than the 235s that we've got on the full view up in or the what's called in front. I gotta go to work now. Have a good stream, mate. Thanks, Wrong. I appreciate it. Good luck in work, mate. Have a good one. Let's have a match in the midweek. Yeah, let's. Yeah, that'll be good. But yeah, enjoy work, man. Have a good one. Yeah, pity you can't catch the end of this one because it's teeing up to be a good one here. But Adam closing in on Alex. But yeah, you enjoy yourself, man. Congratulations on the second place run again in the sprint race. As we're just kind of playing the waiting game at the moment, just waiting for Adam to catch up on Alex here. You kind of know it's coming with the pace advantage that Acura has. But ooh, that was a corker, that one. But oh, and it's on the internet for everyone to see. Well, I mean, for all two people that are currently viewing to see, but you know, squeaky teen voice crack. We could make it a little clip, have it go viral. But yeah, it's inevitable with the pace advantage that Adam has. You know, he's put in a lot of work into this championship. It seems to be one that he really enjoys racing in. But yeah. Alex there, what does he run? 54.7 to a 53 something from Adam. So Adam's still closing up. Wow, that's a dive. That's a dive and a half. And he makes it work. That's what confidence will do for you. Just obviously had the guts under the brakes, has the confidence in his left foot there. Alex, not so much. Alex with the obviously that lack of knowledge of the track, you know, hasn't done as much work in regards to kind of getting his car dialed in, it seems, and well, that was a real showing of it there, real visual kind of demonstration of the difference between these two as of right now. But you know, still 9 laps, Chris. That's a number. Still 9 laps to go here. Yeah, Adam lost 8 seconds on that lap with the that he ran wide on. So yeah, just an incredible amount of time just for one small mistake. Unfortunately, I was reading the chat, so I'll have to go back and view my own stream to see what happened. See Alex there trying to push everywhere now, trying to make back for lost time. Adam can kind of just relax a little bit at the moment. You might even see Alex maybe do a little bit of an undercut here, come into the pits early. Doesn't look like it, but you know, you'd expect both of these drivers to just split the race in half. You know, that would be what you'd expect. And with the dominant car in ascendance at the moment, you'd expect that there wouldn't really be any alternate strategies. You know, what's the point in Alex, you know, continuing on for an extra lap? He's just going to be losing more and more time on those older tires, you know. And for Adam, what's the point in extending his gap and potentially coming out, or extending his stint and potentially coming out behind Alex, you know, with those older tires? Alex, though, on this lap, seems to be sticking right with Adam. Adam running at 53.6. Let's have a look to see what the Volkswagen is running. Half a second behind. If we go to lap times, we're running 55.9. Okay, well, yeah, I guess he had that pretty shoddy start to the lap where he's quite early on the brakes. But since that point, he hasn't really lost anything here at the moment. I don't know if Adam's just kind of biding his time, you know, trying to conserve those tires. But Alex sticking right with him for the time being. Great exit there, though. That's the difference. That's the difference between the two of them. Just Adam's just able to hook up that exit, just gain a couple of tenths, and that's where the time is made. You know, that Volkswagen might be on paper as fast, but you know it's when you get to learn your car, and especially under these kind of race conditions. You know, Adam obviously having competed in 2 sprint races, well now 3 sprint races and 2 feature races before this race, you know, has a lot more experience than Alex, who's just had the old 15-minute race beforehand. As Adam pits, Alex looks to be staying out. So now here is the split of strategy. Adam pitting like I expected him to, splitting the race in half, and Alex has decided to extend his stint for 1 more lap. So maybe he's thinking, my tyres are in fine shape still, I can extend this for another lap, and really pushing the boundaries of the track limits there. But Alex thinking to himself, you know, I can still extend this further, you know, I can make this work. So Adam just exiting the pits now. Obviously this will give him better tyres come the end of the race, so maybe what he's thinking is that Adam will start to wear his tyres out come the end of the race, and you know, that coupled with a bit of fatigue might lead to a couple of mistakes from Adam. An interesting strategy. I would have personally just followed Adam in. You know, you've got bigger tyres than him, you know, you've got that advantage anyway. He's always stronger at the start of the sprint, and he's weaker towards the end as it is, even on the exact same strategy. But you know, I guess Alex just wants to multiply that difference and that deficit of tyre wear that Adam will have come the end of the race. As that's not going to make things any easier, running wide there. That'll be a bit of a time loss. Adam about 27 or so seconds back. That's again quite a liberal line there through the hairpin, as Alex does decide to pit it on this lap, and he overshoots. He's overshot it. Alex has overshot pit road, trying to gain every little advantage that he can, and he's overshot pit entry. Well, I think that just about wraps up the race then. Adam 27 seconds back, but he will start to rapidly gain time here. Coming out of the final corner already. He's coming down the pit straight already, as Alex only coming out of his pit box. That'll be an absolutely huge gap here now due to that one mistake from Alex. There goes Adam. God, if not for those couple of mistakes, you know, probably lost about 2-ish seconds with those 2 mistakes. I mean, yeah, probably more than 2 seconds, but not 7 seconds worth of a gap. Alex pushing hard to make up for lost time, but cold tyres, and front wheel drive, he drifts out wide there, loses a whole heap of time again. Alex trying to gain every last tenth out of the car. Maybe he's starting to overdrive that Volkswagen a little bit. Gained a couple of tenths through that corner though. On exit though, the Integrad's still dominant. Yeah, it looks like Alex has the braking and the cornering ability over that Integra, but looks like the Integra's got him down the straights. Let's see what Alex can do here. He's got six and a bit laps to take advantage of those fresher tyres. Yeah, that's a new one. But I see Adam just going through the chicane now, and Alex just entering it. Let's see if you can begin to reel in that gap. Looks to be pretty stable at the moment, at about seven and a half to 8 seconds. But if he continues to take lines like that, he'll begin to shrink the gap. But I think Adam will cotton on quite quickly to those lines. See, that's not really a very advantageous line because it puts you out very wide for the next corner. So he's only really gained 1 or 2 tenths, you know. But on exit there, he had a good exit there. I wonder if Adam maybe caught the dirt a little bit on the exit of the forward hairpin. Yeah, Adam running a 54 on that lap, not his greatest lap. You know that Alex can run those, and quicker. Excuse me, I'm starting to get a little bit tired here. As yeah, Alex really throwing it through there. Yeah, he's managed to gain a lot of time through that one. Yeah. Alex not really paying too much attention to what those white lines are there for, but you know, if Adam's okay with it, then I guess it doesn't really make any difference to anyone else. Again, another weekend here where Nito's only be able to extend his championship lead by 1 point. Obviously, with no other F2000 cars showing up, that means there's only 1 point on the board for Nito. And with him DNFing from the feature race for the second race running, that also means that he's only gotten points in the sprint race, which is again just 1 point. It does extend his gap to 5 points now, I believe. But yeah, Nito again not doing too great at the moment. Had a lot more chances to capitalise on these last few races, but unfortunately for him, just hasn't been able to. Alex decides to keep it on the straight and narrow that time, and loses 0.2 of a second, but decides to cut the next corner instead and gains that time straight back. Now this is where he gained a lot of time on Adam last time out. Takes a nice slow entry, loses a bit of time on entry, but let's see how it is on exit. Again, Adam with a 54 that lap as well. No, Alex has lost a bit of time there again. The lap times seem pretty similar. Lap times, well, he ran mere hundredths of a second quicker, but not enough to really reel in that gap. As once again, taking liberties. We'll looking for a nice exit through that corner. On the exit, I've somehow turned my screen white on Twitch. I don't know how I managed to do that, but yeah, my screen is now white on Twitch for some reason. Twitch light mode. Yeah, actually, I have no idea how I've managed this, but you know, we move. As we see here on board with Adam, still pulling away here from Alex bit by bit on this lap, I believe. Let's check what the facts are saying. Yeah, he's pulled away by about a second or so on this lap so far. That's just the most miserable looking Le Mans. Just all lowercase, most plain background, white background with black text, all lowercase, no space in between Le and Mans. Disgraceful. Really short selling themselves here. But yeah, this race looks to be over now as Adam starts to put in some hot laps now, and Alex just can't keep up with the pace here. He was a little bit wide on the exit there, and he gained a little bit of time, but then obviously lost that time on the exit again. Oh. Oh. If you could see the look on my face right now, you'd be one happy man, or woman, but I believe it's Andrew watching, so. Wow. What? What just happened? What was that? I thought that was like Alex had disconnected or something. And then I was like, his car's still running. And his car's still turning ever so slightly. What's he doing? Well, I think we got our answer pretty quick as to what he was doing. Yeah. I think Alex is going to be, no matter what the outcome of this battle is going to be, I think there's going to be a bit of a penalty coming Alex's way. Funny, yeah, funny. It is funny. You know, I guess he's just trying to give us a good ending to the race here, but you know, not the way in which we wanted it. But look, I'll allow you to do it, and I'll allow you to catch up to him, Alex. But you're gonna get second, mate. Unless Adam bins it on his own doing, that isn't you punting him off, you know, where he loses like, you know, 8 seconds again. Let's see, yeah, going for it again. If I could get live commentary as to what Adam is saying right now, that would be hilarious. It would probably also ruin my CPN. Yeah, I wouldn't be making much money if I was getting what Adam was saying right now. Live commentary with drivers doesn't work. You know, it needs to be in a post-race interview. And even at that, we sometimes have slip-ups, don't we, Andrew? But the battle's starting to heat up here, and I believe that by the next time we get to the Dunlop chicane, Alex will be all over the back of that Honda once more. Honda, Acura, same difference. I'm just gonna call it a Honda because it's easier for me. We know how good that Acura can be. I've just gone back on my own statement there. We know how good that Integra can be when it comes to regional kind of race series. You see over in Speed Vision Cup, you know, the old Premier kind of SCAA, Sports Car Club of America, SCCA. My apologies. You know how good that car was in that championship. You know, the iconic white and orangey red color scheme that they also had on their GTP Acura. Obviously now Penske using that in DPI. Started it a little bit early that time, and there's going to be a lot of curse words from a certain Adam Lowe, I believe. What are you doing, you idiot? Oh, he's decided to wait up, and he's going to get rear-ended? No, he doesn't get rear-ended. Alright now, Al. You've had your fun. You're on his back bumper. Let's see what you can do. You penalise him. I mean, he gave the place back. He did give the place back. Oh, good God. We'll have to see whether or not Adam reacts well in good spirit, or whether or not he's a little bit irritated by the whole shenanigans there from Alex. Oh. Well, he's dropped back a little bit, so Alex seems to be penalising himself for that one. Oh no, he's not penalising himself. He's making sure that he doesn't get close enough. He's timing it perfectly, so that when he comes out of the chicane next time, he'll be right on his back bumper. That's what he's doing. He's not penalising himself. Watch. Listen, yeah. Give him a straight and a half, and he'll be back there with you. But yeah, that was a funny one. But yeah, the Acura legacy of doing well in kind of grassroots. Well, I guess the SCCA isn't really grassroots, but I told you so. But yeah, the Integra's prowess when it comes to these kind of championships showing once again as runs it to the outside this time with that overspeed that he had. And Adam looks for the move around the outside, can't find anything there. Tucked up behind the Volkswagen now. Let's see, does he peek out at the end of the straight? Yes, he does. Dive bomb to the inside. Volkswagen gets run out wide. Can he hold momentum on the outside? No. Acura is clear. Can he get in the slipstream of the Acura now, though? And the run down to the garage vault, turn 6. Can he force a mistake, maybe? Adam runs wide, but he'll be able to square it off nicely. No, he runs quite wide, actually, on exit. Quite similar, as they both run across the grass a little bit. Straight line speed, though, is the so good from that Honda. Tries to extend out wide there. Gets a good run off of the corner, but is he close enough? Not into turn 9. He's not. Takes a advantageous line through there. Trying to use every word under the sun that I can other than cheating. Runs it out very wide here, looking for the big old switchback. Will he go for the punt into here? No, he won't. Yeah, for all of his dick dastardly moves, Alex can't pull off the win. That was fun. Yeah, unfortunate that we couldn't have more of a race between Andrew and Adam, but those two put on a bit of a show for us in the end. Bit of fun. But let's get the two. I want to get the two of them in at the same time because I'm changing the rules slightly. We're gonna have both of them into this party at the same time. If you want to get the lowdown on what Adam was actually saying during those moments, he was live streaming. So if you want to see just exactly what Adam was saying during the moments when Alex overtook him, those curse words are available on Adam Lowe's Twitch channel.
What did you think of my imaginary racetrack, Chris?
The first time I was thinking that, and I was just speechless because I was like, oh god, is he disconnected as well? Are we going to have 3 people disconnected in the same race? Because he just went straight, and I was like, oh god, he's disconnected. And then you started turning, and I was like, he's not disconnected. And then I saw there was a gap in the barrier, and I was like, you sneaky bugger. the next half a lap, I was just there like, how do I respond to that?
Mate, you should have heard when we were like, I was giggling like a little schoolgirl. It was so funny.
Yeah, I watched him do it the first time. I went around the corner. I was about like 16 seconds ahead of him, and then all of a sudden it was 10 seconds ahead of him. And then I did the next time, and it was 6 seconds ahead of him. And the next thing you know, it was 2 seconds ahead of him, and then he's passed.
Yeah, it was like the gap when he came out of the pits was like 8 seconds, and he was sneaking around some of the lines through some of the other corners, like the first chicane and stuff. Got the gap down to about 7-ish seconds. Then he started to extend it, and then he was like, right, I'm bringing out the big guns. Just cut out the entire first sector. And the gap was like 9 seconds, and then it got chopped to like 6 seconds after the first.
I was like, there's no way of beating Adam legitimately. So I was like, I may as well just accept second place and just enjoy it. Give you something to commentate.
He gave us a nice little show there towards the end. It was a pity I couldn't have the battle between Adam and Andrew to commentate on. That would have been a nice one, but unfortunately he was disconnected. Yeah. Ron could only show up for the first race, but Nito and Andrew both disconnected.
What happened to Nito? Because he smashed into a barrier and he did his old Group C trick, didn't he?
Yeah, cause chaos for the 2 Welshmen and then leave. The classic.
Well, I don't.
It was funny because you were probably watching, Chris, but like I was the one that lost control. And Alex said Nick was just crashed into the barrier, and I was like, oh, okay. Because I was like
Yeah, no, you
sideways
two were, like,
going into that corner, and
Yeah,
then
you two were side by side, and you got out on the grass, and you were like squirrely through the braking zone, and like I was concentrating on you running wide, and just like in the corner of the screen, I just see a bit of orange just bounce backwards into the picture, and I'm like, oh, he's done it again.
I thought he was just. I think he took it as a late braking contest. I was already like sideways. And he just went, "Oh, I'm gonna carry on then." Just went boom straight into the barrier.
I know. He did it in the sprint race as well. Nobody took out Alex.
Oh right.
Oh dear.
Wrong said check the Twitch chat. So I don't know if you did add.
No.
Twitch chat. I just disconnected, so yeah. Car guy got disconnected. What is
So
it?
does that mean I get a decent amount of points then? Because loads of people started but didn't finish.
Yes, you get 3 points.
Yeah,
4 people started.
boy. That put me ahead of
On
anyone.
Ricardo wasn't set up for this track. Might do. Full view is very speedy. Maybe he's not talking about Twitch chat. Maybe he's talking about group chat, or maybe he's talking about Adam's Twitch chat. I don't know. But
Yeah, mine's
yeah.
off. So I missed it.
Well,
Whatever he said.
Well, we've got both of the finishers here now with us at the same time. Let's get your take on it, Alex. How was that weekend for you? Sprint race and feature race.
I ran to see it a lot. I was quite surprised how much quicker all the other cars were. I feel like the car couldn't keep up through the corners and was just getting left behind on the straight, so I need to do some figuring out, I think.
First weekend.
Figure it out. Do. Oh, what's that?
First
called?
weekend, and yeah, it's just really frustrating because I spent ages on this car and I just gotta try and figure out what's wrong with it and just try and stop it from understeering as much as it does.
Yeah, obviously a bit behind other drivers who have had, two weekends worth of races to kind of figure their cars out, Like, it's all well and good having the pace on paper, but until you can figure it out in a race scenario, it's quite hard to get results. So, hopefully next time you'll...
with the rules as well
yeah,
of not being
yeah.
able to change anything, only the tuning setup is going to be quite difficult for me to sort out for the next race.
Yeah, no changes to the power or the weight or anything like that, so you're just going to have to find it in the tuning.
The gears are as short as they can be.
Really?
As well, so
And
yeah, like I was topping out up the first straight towards the chicane. There's not much more I can do really to keep pace.
Well, next up is Barcelona, so I don't know if you're a fan of that track or not.
Yeah, I like that, but like I said, it's going to be no use to me if the car understeers all the way around the first long sweeping right-hander. You know what I mean?
Very true. Yeah. Well, actually, I think we're running the national layout, so it just chops off the first sector. So you've got a off-camber uphill hairpin to worry about for the first corner instead. So I bet your car will enjoy that much more.
Yes, probably.
How about you then, Adam? Win number 4 and 5 on the season now.
Yes, I've got a good car, I think. Although that Dodge Dart is very quick, and the Fulvia was a bit of a surprise this week. That Fulvia was very quick as well. Had a bit of a bad start on this second race because someone didn't put themselves on spectator mode.
We move.
But yeah, I've got a question for you, Chris. Not often, the driver asks the commentator a question, but for the last 20 minutes, what did you talk about during that race?
That's a good question. I guess you'll have to watch my stream to find out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No. What did I talk about? I guess first of all, I kind of there was kind of like the point where everyone disconnected, and then I was like, well, Adam's won this race, and then you ran wide, and then I was like, okay, we might have a battle. And then
Yeah, you run wide, Dad.
I totally run wide.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, nevertheless, gave us a little bit of a battle. I was looking at Twitch chat when that happened, so the next thing I look up, there's just Adam in the gravel, and I was like, how did that happen then? But that gave us a little bit of excitement until the first round of pit stops when Alex hit the barrier. I got that on live stream, Alex. That's going to be up on the internet.
Mate, I thought it took over right at the arrow, so I just dived in at like high speed, thinking it was going to break for me and snap me into the pit lane, and it was just like, nah, mate, you're going into the barrier.
Brilliant.
It was quite funny though. I felt bad for Nito when he smashed into the barrier, and I was like, yeah, he's going to have to pit now early, and then he's probably going to have to pit again. But he just did his own disconnecting routine instead.
Well,
we got Hockenheim to look forward to now.
Yeah, you two have Hockenheim to look forward to.
Are we doing Classic or GP?
I thought I already told you that.
Yeah, you did.
Classic, innit?
GP, yeah.
Yeah, Classic, that's what I said.
I thought we had a good few votes for Classic, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think he brought the hammer down with that, mate. You know, it's a dictatorship, it's not a...
Oh,
other
yes,
one.
yeah, sorry, yeah, this Soviet Group C. Yeah, I see how it is. It's a dictatorship.
Something like that.
It's a it's a democracy, but every time the same person gets in and whoever votes against him gets killed. So, you know, it is a democracy, but just accidents happen, I suppose, don't they?
Yeah. The C in X-ray stands for China.
Oh.
But yeah, race 1 was good, but both of you were involved in various battles.
Oh yes,
Adam with
I
Wrong and
loved race.
Mate,
Alex
I
then with Nito.
I have never had a race with Nito like that. It was absolutely savage. He was just fighting
Never
tooth
will
and
again.
nail for position. And, like, it was so good. Like, it was a lot of rubbing his racing, though. If it wasn't for the Forza mechanic where it helps you realign your car after an incident, we would have been off the track, like, straight away. He doesn't like giving up his position, put it that way. Yeah, he's like, right, I'm doing this line and you've got to go around me, sort of thing. That's his position of racing.
Yeah, he's very firm with his racecraft.
Yeah, he put me straight on the grass. I was going to go past him, and he was like, "No, you're going to try and pass me on the other side now if you want to." And I'm like, "Well, no, I'm already half past you." And it's like, "Okay, I'll drop 2 wheels onto the grass then, I suppose."
I mean, you made it work.
Well,
What was I
yeah,
gonna
after
say
you
as
crash
well?
into a
Yeah.
barrier.
You know the end of race 1 as well, Chris? Were you watching the battle
Yes.
between me and Nito?
I was watching the battle between Wrong and... Well, I was trying to keep on tabs of both of them. I was watching your battle most of the time through the last portion of the race, but on the final lap I switched over to the battle for the lead. But then once they got across the line, I switched back to you guys.
Did you see what Nito did to me on the final corner?
I saw that you were on his outside and he kind of ran you out wide.
Yeah, basically, he just hit me. He was like, no, I'm
Did he
having
hit
this.
you? The camera angle is from like the inside of the corner, like on the inside, like even behind where the pit entry is. Like it's really far back, so it's hard. Like you obviously can see the cars and all, but it's very hard to see like the perspective of where they are in comparison to each other. So I couldn't see that there was contact there, but yeah, I saw that you kind of got shuffled out to the outside there, and I was like, there wasn't quite the same result for the race 2. You'd learnt your lesson and kind of muscled around the outside there on lap 1. Instead, it was a bit of deja vu.
Yeah, I think this car's got grip. It's just as soon as you start putting any sort of power down, like both the front wheels just spin up, and then that's it. Like you're just off into the gravel.
That is pretty much front wheel drive, though. I think that's just the issue that you face with it, because I have the same problems.
I need to
Yeah,
try and
especially
figure it out
that-
in tuning.
Yeah, like obviously, everyone struggles with front wheel drive and understeer to an extent, but it's how much you struggle with that front wheel drive that's the key. And I guess other people are struggling less than others.
The other thing I have is the back end going light, especially through the chicane on this one. The back end just goes ridiculously light. Did you see my torpedo move on Alex going into the?
Yeah,
Oh my
I was
God.
like, oh yeah, half a second back. Oh yeah, he'll probably get him on the exit. Straight up the inside. I was like, okay.
I was like, I'd like to keep the back of my car, so I thought I'd let you have it. I could have just stayed firm and let you have engine damage.
I turned up, basically all four wheels locked, just sliding in. Like, come on!
It was quite funny.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Thanks for that valuable info. What are you on
last
about?
race was, look at the message that you sent me.
I'm happy with you.
Yeah, Spa next time out for F1, but Spain next time out for us, and hopefully it's not quite as boring as the Spanish Grand Prix was in Formula 1. Obviously, less aero-dependent cars, so we should hope for a little bit closer racing. But yeah, good luck to the two of you next time, and thank you to the people who tuned in. I believe Andrew and Rong tuned in for this one, so again, thanks for your continued support, and until next time, see you.
Toodles!
See ya.